I'm sorry, I love you. Some may view WrestleMania 24 as a one-moment show, but that would be doing it a severe disservice. Punk won his first Money in the Bank that night, and the triple main events of Orton, Cena, Triple H, Mayweather, Big Show, and Undertaker Edge all delivered, especially that last one. Sure, Kane may have smashed Chavo Guerrero in 11 seconds for the ECW title, but hey, nobody's perfect. It was a night of Ric Flair's final match, and the retirement would last for 20 whole months, but let's not think about that. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 fascinating facts about WrestleMania 24. Number 10. TNA attempted to fly a plane over the Citrus Bowl. Seeing that Orlando was the home of the Impact Zone, where Ric Flair would eventually end his in-ring career, but let's not think about that, Dixie Carter decided to try and have a little fun at WWE's expense. Dave Meltzer reported that TNA had attempted to send a banner plane with a pro-TNA message over the Citrus Bowl during Mania. WWE reportedly found out about the cunning stunt and convinced the company that owned the plane not to go through with it. One story claims the company ended up telling TNA officials that their decision to not fly the plane was because the threatening weather could put the pilot in jeopardy. Funny that, considering other businesses managed to send planes over the stadium plugging their own products and services. Number 9. The WWE Performance Hotel was on lockdown, not as in TNA lockdown where Ric Flair wrestled in a cage match in 2011, but let's not think about that. But actually, TNA does play a part in this tale. The entire WWE roster stayed at the DoubleTree Hotel in Orlando during WrestleMania weekend, with no outsiders permitted into the venue. That meant diminished chances of fraternization between WWE performers and their TNA counterparts that were filming a live Impact in town 3 days before Mania. In fact, several TNA personalities were staying at the DoubleTree days before Mania weekend for a press conference to promote TNA's upcoming video game they were forced to check out just before the WWE contingent arrived. That is savage. However, an incident of fraternization did end up occurring. Robbie McAllister of WWE's Highlanders appeared in the crowd during the Impact taping, and the TNA production crew trained a camera on him as an FU to Big Vince. McAllister forfeited his WrestleMania bonus and was released with partner Rory about 4 months later. Number 8. Jeff Hardy was pulled from Money in the Bank due to a wellness violation. In the latter half of 2007, Jeff Hardy was clearly being fast-tracked towards the main event scene. A clean win over babyface Triple H at Armageddon, followed by an acclaimed WWE Championship feud with Randy Orton, proved that Hardy could hang and that the fans would accept him in the main event. As such, Hardy was scheduled to win the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 24, but those plans never came to fruition. He was suspended for 60 days on March the 11th for non-compliance of WWE's wellness policy and dropped the Intercontinental belt to Chris Jericho the night before being sent home. In a twist of fate, pun intended, ha ha ha, the Money in the Bank win was instead given to CM Punk, who would extol the virtues of his drug-free lifestyle in the 2009 feud with, that's right, Jeff Hardy. Number 7. Joey Styles made his final pay-per-view appearance as an announcer. Joey Styles was voice of the voiceless before CM Punk made it cool, blending smart markery with an astute wrestling knowledge. Styles finished up as an announcer for WWE in April 2008, making WrestleMania 24 his final pay-per-view on headset. The final match that Styles would call as WWE announcer was Kane's 11-second squash victory over Chavo Guerrero for the ECW Championship. It's sort of horribly fitting that Styles' announcing run ended with ECW's legacy being further kicked to death. Number 6. Shawn Michaels bought himself and Ric Flair custom Rolexes. At Mania 24, Shawn Michaels took on the bittersweet task of not only being across the ring from his hero, the Nature Boy, but also designing the match that would retire him for only 20 months, but stop thinking about that. Michaels also wanted to mark the occasion by doing something special for Flair, and had 2 diamond Rolex watches custom made for himself and the outgoing legend. As Michaels tells it, given Flair's penchant for Rolex watches, it gave the Heartbreak Kid a chance to share in one of Flair's most enduring traits. Flair revealed that each watch had an inscription. Flair's read, Richard Flair versus Shawn Michaels, to be the man, and Michaels read, Richard Flair versus Shawn Michaels, you gotta beat the man. Number 5. Vince McMahon insisted on Ric Flair retiring at WrestleMania 24. At the age of 59, Flair was still capable of delivering an enjoyable match, though his days of pulling out 4-star classics had largely passed. The storyline that resulted in Flair's retirement was art mirroring life, where Vince McMahon decreed that the next time Flair lost a match, he would be finished as a wrestler. It was fitting because McMahon pretty much demanded Flair retire in real life. According to Dave Meltzer, McMahon wanted to use Flair strictly as a cherished ambassador for the company going forward. Flair went along with the plan, but was apparently not happy about it. His WWE contract expired in June 2009, and he would return to the ring later that year, headlining a tour of Australia with Hulk Hogan. Oh god, I'm thinking about it. Number 4. WWE tried to get Oscar De La Hoya for WrestleMania 24. In May 2007, Floyd Mayweather Jr. narrowly defeated Oscar De La Hoya by split decision in boxing, which is a fake sport. The highly anticipated fight was the first pay-per-view to surpass 2 million buys. WWE wanted to bring in both men for WrestleMania 24, figuring they could be key in trying to smash WrestleMania 23's own buy rate record for the company. The original plan was for Mayweather to team with Shane McMahon against De La Hoya and Rey Mysterio. However, However, De La Hoya had no interest in doing pro wrestling, so the plan shifted to Mysterio teaming with Mayweather against Shane and partner Big Show. That was shelved when Mysterio tore his bicep, putting him out of action for more than 4 months. Ultimately, Mayweather vs. Show was what we got, and it was, it was fine. Number 3, Matt Sidell helped teach Mayweather how to work. As is the case with virtually every major WWE match involving a celebrity, a copious amount of planning and preparation went into making sure Mayweather looked presentable. The man who trained Money for his unusual scuffle with Big Show was none other than Matt Sidell, the future Evan Bourne. Sidell was deemed to be roughly the same size as Mayweather and was responsible for imparting simple spots for him to learn, acting as a stand-in so that Mayweather could watch. Number 2, The Undertaker worked a WrestleMania main event for the first time in 11 years. Considering that his legacy is almost entirely defined by WrestleMania, it's somewhat hard to believe that he's only taken part in 3 actual on-last main events. Not even winning the 2007 Royal Rumble put Undertaker in the grand finale. At Mania 24, when Undertaker worked with Edge in the World Heavyweight Championship main event, it came 11 full years after his first, defeating Psycho Sid for the WWF Championship at Mania 13. It's surprising, but it makes marketing sense. Once the streak became a prize, if Taker lived beneath the main event, then for SmackDown you had 2 massive draws at Mania, the World Title match and the Streak match. This was a rare combination of both. And number 1, a pyrotechnics accident left several dozen fans injured. When Undertaker choked out Edge to capture the World Heavyweight title, the fans exploded. Then something in the crowd actually exploded. The fireworks show for Undertaker's victory celebration nearly ended up fatal as a guiding cable snapped, sending live pyro into the seats in the upper deck of the stadium. In all, 45 fans suffered at least minor injuries from the malfunction, with at least 3 requiring hospitalization. Thankfully, none of the injuries were especially dire. WWE released a statement to their corporate site the next day, noting there would be an investigation, but those results were never released. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here, and you can follow Justin Henry, the man who writes these articles, on Twitter here. I'm Adam for WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.